What's going on, everybody? As always, it's a blessing to be here and welcome to UL Exchange. If you guys are new to this channel, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification so you can be informed every single time I drop information packed videos just like the one you're watching right now. By that being said, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I just present you guys with the truth and the facts. You, yes you, the person behind the screen, you make the final decision at the end of the day. What I'm showing you guys here is just what I see. This is not financial advice. By that being said, guys, today's video we'll be talking about Ripple XRP, that tight, interconnected union and family or friendship, so-called the Mafia WEF Agenda 2023, and that connection with Ripple. Also a little bit about XLM Stellar and the case ending in March, and we'll get into all these details. So first things first, let's just get started. The XRP price is currently sitting at 39 cents and the market cap is 19.75 billion. The 24-hour volume is currently sitting at $788 million. A lot of highs and lows. You can see the 1-day chart. We can also see the 7-day chart. As I told you guys, the resistance is at 40 cents and the support is around 35 cents. So it hasn't been moving from that upward or downward as well. But let's just get seriously into this topic that we're going to be taking a look at. This is the first thing we'll be taking a look at, which is this website right here. The World Economic Forum and the partner Ripple. We're not going to go through all of this, but we'll read the last part. Ripple has offices in San Francisco, which is the headquarters, New York, London, Mumbai, Singapore, Sao Paulo, Reykjavik, Washington DC, and Dubai. And all of these are partners, or as you can see here, locations all around the world, different time frames, and all around basically different continents, conquering the whole world. Very, very interesting to me that on Ripple contributors, I guess it's because he hasn't written an article for WEF or the World Economic Forum, but Chris Larsen, the executive chairman and co-founder, is found here, but not Brad Garlinghouse, which I find a little bit odd, because just because he wrote an article for WEF doesn't mean he should be here. You know, they should also put the CEO as well, but it's just a little weird thing. Maybe just from my eyes, maybe I'm overthinking it. But Chris Larsen, we don't hear a lot of things about him, as we know he's not the CEO, Chief Executive Office, but he's still the executive chairman. And what he basically does is liaison, which is going to be connecting banks or connection. Everything he does is behind the scenes, which we don't clearly see, but he's just out here connecting things, bringing businesses together, making sure what they're doing is working. So he wrote a little piece, and we'll get into the different partners of Ripple. But Chris Larsen wrote a little piece, and before we even get into the piece, this is what he wrote. Why we need a common standard for moving e-money, which is electronic money. Very interesting things he wrote in there. But this is just a statement of what he does or where he's been. He got an MBA from Stanford University. Of course, we know co-founder and chief executive officer of Ripple, a global leader. They love to call them global leaders, by the way. If you ever listen to Klaus Schwab speaking, he talks saying we have young global leaders within organizations dismantling the system and taking over. That's what he always says himself. You know, there's videos, so many clips of him saying we have the Prime Minister of Canada, which he's obligingly so many times said himself, and the WEF leader Klaus Schwab, saying that Justin Trudeau is a young global leader. And they love using these terms, young global leaders. And of course, who is also one part of it? Chris Larsen. He's a global leader in distributing ledger technology and real-time settlement, prospect, peer-to-peer lending market, electronic loan. What do we talk about? The debt being on the Ripple XRP ledger. Electronic loan, a publicly traded online lender, while e-loan pioneered the open access to credit scores. Okay? The credit scores will also be bringing what? The credit carbon system. Movement by making e-loan the first company to show consumers their FICO scores. We'll just stop it right there. And then we'll get into the article he wrote. As you guys can see, it's a euro over here. Why we need a common standard for moving e-money. Chris Larsen. Couple highlighted sections, very, very interesting, that I want all of us to take a look at and clearly pay attention. But in the past few decades, progress has seemingly ground to a halt. While the internet has helped transform nearly every other industry from shopping to journalism, the core infrastructure that enables the global transfer of value has remained relatively unchanged since the 1970s. Before I even continue on, I just want to say something real quick. I have a Kendra Hill, basically a small documentary, you could say it, or a revealing of that whole conspiracy of Kendra Hill from my perspective, and I'm going to post it soon. I'm just doing more research about it and trying to figure out one little thing I want to close this case with, and then I'll post a video. But very, very interesting as well. Over time, let's get back into the article. Our payment system, he's talking about Ripple, will begin to resemble the internet. He's talking about the payment system of the world will begin to resemble the internet, enabling money to move as freely as information does today. As information does today, you can see we just text something, or you tell someone what happened. You can also tweet about something, and then the information is so fast. Nowadays, we get more news from Twitter than we do this online or this TV, so-called these fake news. Government, central banks, pay attention to this part, and financial institutions have already begun this process in earnest. And when did this article come out? When did it come out? Just for understanding, okay guys? When did this article come out? September 3rd, 2015. And they were working on this back then. They already made all these changes. Guys, the world is planned out. The world is planned out. And if you don't have a plan, you have planned to fail. That's exactly what is truly happening. And that's what we'll truly get into with the Kendra Hill investigation. But pay attention to these parts as well. While have launched innovation labs to experiment with new technologies, indeed, countless banks around the world are already testing distributed ledger system and proof of concept trials in 2015. This is back in 2015. So countless banks have already been testing this technology when? Back in 2015. Okay, 2015. Fast forward 5 years, 2020. Fast forward 2 years, 2022. Fast forward one more year, we're about to hit 2023. Very, very interesting. Time moves on so fast. But what have they been doing? You probably think, oh, they're just implementing it now. Banks are accepting XRP now, the technology, and it's just being done now. No, you are lost, my friend. Pay attention. This article came out by the World Economic Forum, posted by the executive chairman and co-founder of Ripple, Chris Larsen, back in 2015, and already stating that all these banks have launched innovative labs experiment with new technologies. Indeed, countless banks around the world are already testing. In 2015, if they were already testing it, what do you think is happening now? The flip of the switch moment is already here. It is already here, just like we see here. In the sense, the internet value is already here. Need I say more? No, I need not. Isn't it crazy, guys? You see, transformation in how we move money will help connect the 2.5 billion people who still don't have access to the traditional economy, while serving as a platform for the new business models and the untold innovations. Untold innovations. Be quiet. These innovations are not told to everybody. We're getting so much information, guys. Just from one article published in 2015, we already connected the dots between Ripple XRP and the connection between the World Economic Forum, so-called the global elite leaders. Who is behind the World Economic Forum? Shadow figures that we can't classify or quantify who or how many people are truly involved. But the people that are truly involved have heavy, 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 heavy hands and heavy pockets. In order for them to do what they do, to function, stay in the shadows, and continue to do what they do, putting people in position like Klaus Schwab to bring this world on his knees and move on their agenda, they must be loaded to the maximum. And it must be more than one person. That's what I truly believe. Ah, it's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. Taking a look at a small thing from Chris Larson's Twitter, we can see not much of a tweeter, to say the least, but you can see, of course, he's very engaging in his tweets. But what does he do? He moves in the shadows. Not saying that's a bad thing, and not saying that's a good thing. But hey, before we even get into that one you just seen right there, okay, pay attention. We're on the Our Partners page for the World Economic Forum. Now we can find a partner. Let's look for a partner. Let's look for XRP. 0 results for XRP. How does that make sense? Oh, let's look for the company of XRP, which is Ripple. 1 result. Wow, wow, okay. And what do we see here? Very, very interesting. Let's look for XLM. 0. Let's look for the company of XLM. What is this? Stellar, I think. Yeah, wow. Sarcastically said, oh wow, Stellar Development Foundation is here as well. And when we click it, where do we go? The same thing about XRP. These two digital currencies that will rule the future. XRP, let me do this one so it won't be a bad finger, but XRP being the world reserve currency in gold, backed by gold, and XLM being the world or humans transaction currency, which is backed by silver. And you guys can see Danielle Dixon, Chief Executive Officer, CEO, the connection to Kendra Hill. That's all I'm gonna say. I won't say anything else, guys, but you guys can see the connection to the World Economic Forum. Also, I have one more thing to say, actually. The agenda of 2023 was Ripple. The Agenda 2030, guys, was supposed to be when everything went. The carbon credit system, when everything aligned, when, you know, the clean energy they're talking about is going to go live, everything. 2030. Now they pulled it back 7 years. They said, come back. 7 years of pulling it back to brings it to what? 2023, next year. According to all of the things that are happening in the world, according to something I have read, which I will reveal to you guys very, very soon, once I'm done with a deep dive that I'm currently in the process of doing, this case could be ending as late as March, to be honest, guys. That's just what I believe. We can get into the conspiracy theories side, which I don't even like using the word, but for you guys, and maybe conspiracies, but I just call it the truth and the facts, to be honest. Because these are the truth and the facts. By the end of March, if I'm wrong, let me be wrong, but from what I see, by the end of March, there should be an ending of the XRP lawsuit, or the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, pertaining to the token XRP being security. And then the price should jump up a little bit. And then we can see the future of XRP being very, very bright in front of our eyes. All of us that talk about XRP are looked upon and maybe frowned upon sometimes as maybe these people are just conspiracy theories or dummies or people that don't know anything. They just follow some things they have seen. But the truth shall be revealed in due time. But that being said, guys, I appreciate all of you guys for tuning into this video. If you guys are new, you know the drill. Subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification and give it a thumbs up and share this video with anybody you know so they can educate themselves as well about this financial system that's coming, the QFS, quantum financial system that's coming. By that being said, guys, I love you guys. I'm Crypto E with Dual Exchange. I'll see you all in the next video. God bless. Peace out.